My name is Ray Mateo, and today I wanted to share to you a topic on playing the piano. So specifically here, I will be demonstrating to you on how to play the basic keys on the piano, the different notes and even the chords, and even how to differentiate sharps and flats and how to use them to locate yourselves on the piano, and even the different notes which are located on the piano or the music score, and how to relate those notes to playing the piano. However, I will not be going into much on how to read the notes on the music sheet because that is specifically reserved for another topic. However, in addition to that, piano is actually more than just a hobby or is played for more than just entertainment purposes. However, according to past researchers and past studies which have been made, the piano actually is a very important tool in helping one's mental health, specifically that of stress relieving. And so if piano is able to help one relieve himself of stress, the main question here is that does someone have to be good at playing the piano for him to be able to relieve himself of his stress? Well, the answer here is actually no. You don't really have to be good at playing the piano. Sometimes all you need to know is actually the basics or how to just play random notes on the piano, but of course in an organized manner, or actually following a simple piano piece, but it doesn't have to be that complicated or for you to understand or for you to be able to relieve yourself of the burden of stress. So without further ado, I will be presenting to you the objectives of what I hope you could actually learn from this video, and I do hope that you enjoy and find this lesson or this video very educating. So thank you guys, and yeah! So as I mentioned earlier, there are about 88 keys on a standard piano, and as you can see on this standard piano right here, we can start, or this piano starts with the first note, which is A, and continues on to B, to C, D, E, F, G, and then back to A. So since we have a total of 88 keys all in all, there are 7 octaves in total, and 1 octave is equivalent about 8 keys, all ranging from the letter A or the note A as an example to the next A, so that's 1 octave. And if we start from C, you can count onto D, E, F, G, A, B, and another C. That's another octave. So in total there are 7 octaves on the entire piano. So moving on, after these white keys, which are named equivalently to C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, we can move on to the black keys, which can be subdivided into 2, your sharps and your flats. So when we talk about flats, basically these are the notes, or these are the black keys, which specifically are to the left of a white key, or they are lower or half step lower than that of the white key. And if we speak of sharps, they are located at the right or towards the right of a certain white key, or a half step higher than that of a white key. More importantly, we have said that these black keys or rather, these black keys can be used to help identify or help you determine where exactly you're located or you are on a piano. And so these two black keys right here, when we consider the first black key, towards the left of it is the note C, or is the key C. And if we consider these three black keys right here, towards the left of the first of the three black keys is a note F. Actually, when you consider these white keys right here, you can associate the key of C with Do, the key of D with Re, the key of E with Mi, and so on and so forth. And so you put them all together, they're your regular Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. And after Do, you then repeat Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, and then further repeat it again. Well, it's actually like that on the piano, except they're in the letters of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And so what comes after C is, in repetition, is D, but it's one octave higher than that of the last D. So now that we've covered the basic keys, the white keys, the sharps and the flats, let's now move on to its relation to the music staff or the music score, wherein if you see a G clef, it would indicate that you're supposed to play the notes with your right hand, and if you see an F clef, you're supposed to play the notes with your left hand. Is that right? Oh well. Moving on. There are 5 lines on a typical music staff, and a typical music sheet is not only solely used for the piano, but is actually used by musicians in general for all instruments and even singers. So, as I've said earlier, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do is actually C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When you go across guitar, or when you come across the guitar, you also come with the same keys from C to C. And on the piano, it's no different. It's just the location or the type of instrument that you're playing that just makes it different. But they're all the same in general. So, as we see here, these lines on the staff would represent every odd or every other note or key that is located on the piano. So this would be C, E, G, B, D, and you just have to count every odd key after that. And for these spaces right here, these indicate the even keys, which are basically D, F, A, C, E, and so forth. Now that we've got the basic notes covered, we've got the keys covered, let's now move on to chords. So what are chords? Usually chords are played in sets of 3 or in groups of 3. So they're actually very simple, and they're actually just notes which are played together. So a basic chord would be, let's say, C. So for the chord of C, you wouldn't need to play any black key. So these, or the key of C would actually just involve the note C, the note E, and the note G. So playing that all together, you have the key of C, or the chord C. Now, if you want to play the chord of B, this involves 1 black key and 2 white keys. So we play D, F sharp, and A. If we want to play the E chord, again, this would involve 2 white keys and 1 black, E, G sharp, and B. Moving on, we have F, which is similar to C. It is played with all three white keys. We have F, A, and C. Next is the chord of G, another chord which is played with three white keys. So we have G, B, and D. Next we have A. A is similar to D, wherein it's played with two white keys and one black key. Again, the black key is located in the middle, so we have A, C sharp, and E. So are you picking up the pattern? The pattern here is usually, of course, they're played in threes, and they involve like every other note. And lastly, we have B. This is the only key, or this is the only chord in the piano which is actually played with two black keys and one white key. So we have the white key B, or B major, and then C sharp, and then D sharp. And then we just have C all over again, which is of course played with the three white keys, C, E, and G. So now that we've got this covered, these are what you call, or these chords which I have just taught you, are what you call the major chords. There are also what you call the minor chords, which is usually the second or third key, or third chord, which is played in the family of chords, which I will be explaining later on. And when we have these minor chords, your first key, which is played, or the first note, which is played in the chord, as well as the third key that is played in one chord, are the same when it comes to minor chords, and the only difference is that your middle chord, or your middle key, or your second finger would move at least one half step lower than the original key it would play in a major chord. And so, for example, if we have the key of C right here, and if we want to play the chord C minor, we just press, or we play the note C. We also retain the third, which is G, and in the major chord we would normally play E, but since we are dealing with minor chords, and as I said earlier, it would move a half step lower, this key of C would move a half step down, which is D sharp. So we've got that covered. Now what about the sharps and flats? Don't they have majors and minors too? Well, actually, they do. And as the general rule, as I said a while ago, if you want to play a sharp, you would just be moving a half step higher than that of the white key. And it's the same with chords. So when you want to play, for example, the chord C sharp major, you would only move all keys that you would play in C major to a half step higher. So for example, the first key that you play in C major would be C, of course, but if you want to play C sharp major, it would move a half step higher to C sharp. And in C major, your second key would be E, but since you're moving a half step higher in a C sharp major chord, you would move your second key to F. Since there's no black key in between, this would move to F. And for the third one, from G, this would move to G sharp. So when you play them all together, they would give you a C sharp major. And what about a minor? As we've said, for minors, you're only moving the second key a half step lower. So we retain the C sharp key as well as the G sharp key. However, your second key would be played E instead of F. And it goes the same for all other chords therein. And as I've mentioned earlier, we have what you call the family of chords. For example, if you want to play the family chord of C, this would usually start with C. And then we count like white or 3 white keys before the note C, so that would be B, A, G. And usually the key of G would be the second chord that would be played. After that, we count 1 whole or 1 white key after, which is A, and play that in the minor chord. That would be A minor. And for the last chord that would be played usually is F. So we count like 2 white keys backwards, and that would be the key of F played in major. So that's it. I know I just ran through the basics and everything. I didn't go too much in depth like I explained earlier, but here is a little surprise for you. After the end of this video, I will be playing for you a little song, and it's a common piano song actually. It's River Flows in You by Yiruma, and well, if it encourages you, or if you find the piano to be an instrument that really helps you, then continue playing. Or if you don't have a piano, you can listen to piano music and then assess the effectivity, whether the piano really helps you with relieving your stress or not. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. And all in all, I really hope that you were able to learn something. So thank you guys for watching, and God bless. Bye!